Hi, educators. My name is Tanya. I'm with Side by Side Educational Consulting. Thanks for joining me for a Quick Tip Tuesday. So today's quick tip is returning back to this idea of blending routines and choosing your blending routines based on where your students are. So back at the end of July, we did a quick tip on continuous sound blending, which is what we recommend you try first, especially for your early readers or even readers who are striving readers in intermediate grades. So try the continuous sound blending first. If you're noticing that students are making numerous errors and you're having to correct those errors repeatedly, you might need to step back by providing them with a higher level of scaffold. And that scaffold would be going back to the sound by sound blending routine. This is in our routine cards. This is routine number 8. I'll put this link into the comments so you can take a look at this routine. By the way, one of the things or a few things that I really like about our side-by-side routine cards is not only is there a clear and explicit script here for teacher showing you exactly and telling you exactly what to do, but there are also images that help you see the process of the routine. And down at the bottom, this is one of my favorite parts, it provides you with corrective feedback. So let's say you're doing this routine of blending, sound by sound blending, and a child makes an error with the sound that when you tap underneath a specific sound spelling, they make an error. They say the incorrect sound. So you would correct the sound error. But if a child makes an error in the process of blending sounds together, that's going to be a little bit a slightly different correction. So I really like that we give you those specifics around how to correct those errors. Let's get straight into the routine. So when you're doing this type of routine, you will not have the words already up on the board. You're writing them on the board as you go with the students. So let's do some basic short vowel consonant pattern. So 3 things you need to know about this routine and all of our blending routines. Number 1 is you need to orient students' eyes to what part of the word you want them to be really concentrating and focusing on. That's orientation. Number 2, you want to give a verbal signal, a very short statement or command for what you want them to do. And number 3 is the physical signal. The physical signal is like a tap or a scoop or a swipe underneath the word that tells them when to do whatever you ask them to do. So let's take a look at an example. And when I do these examples with you, I'm actually making the sounds with as I'm writing those sound spellings. I'm actually making the sounds and I'm blending the sounds so you can see what it sounds like because I don't have any students here. But in the classroom, I would model this with 1 or 2 words and then I would pull my voice away. Okay, here's our first word. So I'm going to orient students' eyes to where I want them to be looking, that focus. I'm going to say the verbal signal, which is sound. So I say sound, and then my physical signal is a tap. Shh. Sound. Ah. Blend. Sha. Sound. P. Blend. Shop. What word? Shop. Nice. Now you notice I use 2 fingers here for this consonant digraph because it really helps support students with if you were to just point at the S or if your finger were just pointing at the H, that would provide some confusion. So for those more complex sound spelling patterns like IGH, we use 3 fingers. For digraphs, for R controlled vowels, for diphthongs, you're going to use 2 fingers, whatever that sound spelling pattern requires. Let me give you another example of a different sound spelling pattern and how we would support that. Sound. Shh. Watch this, everyone. Sound. A. Blend. Shay. Sound. K. Blend. Shake. What word? Shake. Yes, shake. And I want to have them re-say or reread the word. The goal is for them to read it naturally, because the blending process sort of makes them or forces them to move through that word really slowly. So you notice this is because of that vowel consonant E. It's again giving kids that clue as to that sound spelling correspondence. So that is sound by sound blending. Join us next time as we look at some of our blending routines that are providing a less robust scaffold. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.